and welcome to our YouTube channel. The following video is part of our weekly masterclass led by industry experts who will guide you through the latest tech trends and skills. Don't forget to check the link to more such videos in the description.
I'm Ravi. I'm working as LWE3 at Google. I'm working on YouTube Shorts and Shopping, as well as Google Clouds. And we are doing couple of work in the field of AI, ML, and generative AI. If someone is creator on YouTube, they must be aware about YouTube research thing and other things. So some we have launched a couple of feature for creators on the generative AI lines. So today's session will be understanding AI. What we are going to do, we will understand what is the practical application of AI for a software development, and we'll try to answer most of the question which like always circulate in our minds. So we'll start with first thing understanding AI. So this will be a basic theoretical question. We'll addressing basic theories, and then we'll have a couple of question answer. So AI was first discussed in 1950s, which was the post World War period when we have less human and we need more human to tackle around. Like we had a World War and millions of people dies. So people thought about how to tackle the problem which human used to tackle, because we don't have a human resource and human resource takes time to develop. Thereafter, not only engineers but mathematicians, psychologists, sociologists come together and define a sci-fi thing which is called artificial intelligence. And what they define is that anything which can think like human. So how can we make a machine achieve human level intelligence? The goal of AI is itself to achieve machine level intelligence. So they started working in 1950s and 1960s to develop artificial human intelligence level things. And in the early phases, they try to solve small problems like, can AI open a car door? Like, can I train a machine to open a car door? You can say it's a basic thing. A human can do. I can code up something, or I can train a machine to do it. Of course, you can do it, and that's also come into the AI. Now, what next? You have heard the buzzword machine learning. So, what is machine learning? One of the good definitions is given by, I think I missed that definition, but yeah, we'll talk about it. So when if you understand, AI said that we need to achieve human level intelligence, and machine learning explain how to achieve it. Of course, like for example, I shared example where a person need to open a car. Can we make a machine? There are a lot of machine which do not need data. For example, there is today we have cars which where we can automatically open a door. That's not use any type of data. That's use sensors. When you click a button, they understand there's a trigger. They understand door is closed, so open it, or door is open, so close it. But the machine learning is very specific. It enables machines to read or go through the older data, older experience without explicitly programming. For example, if we do not program a car to understand what is door opening, what is door closing, but give them all data, that okay, person if doing ABC action, then it means you need to open the door, and give a lot of data to understand this. Then it's come into the machine learning. Here we are not telling the machines that okay, you have to do A action or B action, say opening of the door or opening of the uh, car door or using elevator, but we are giving them inputs. Given this situation, ideal behavior in was to open the car. Now you have to make a prediction out of it. What is the possible scenario in the new context, new input given by the user? So we do not hard code things into the program. We generally give older data and say this is the thing, this is the input. Give me the output. What is the possible output? I'll now relate it with AI. AI says we need human level intelligence. Machine learning says we'll achieve this human level intelligence by letting the machine know all the past history of the data and let them make the decision. Let them make the decision with some confidence, with some predictability. So this how machine learning answer the part of which was achieved, which was needed by AI. You will understand like there's one part which is like especially programming things, especially programming things that you do not write to, do not need to write a code what a system need to do. It's only the data you give and they make the decision. That's surprisingly. So it's less of the algorithm, more of the experience. More of that experience means data that machine needs to make the right decision. Now, next buzzword you have heard of was will be deep learning or neural networks. So, what is deep learning? What you really understand from the point of view, like what do you understand from the deep learning? I am again seeing the chat window. So, put anything like whatever you understand from the machine learning, deep learning. And most of the AI things you have heard is deep learning. Whether you have heard about Chat GPT, Gemini, uh, all other models are the deep learning. Yes, one guy pointed that it's a subfield of machine learning. Subset of machine learning utilize neural network with multiple layers. Yep, I'm expecting much more. Evaluating lot of data. In machine learning, we evaluate lot of data, not only in deep learning. So that's true for the machine learning also. Compiling lot of data to produce result using condition. Deep learning subset. Okay, I'm mostly getting that it's a subset of machine learning. Of course, we are going from artificial intelligence. Now we talked about machine learning. Now we will talk about deep learning. So it's a subset of it. Okay, I'll proceed with the thing. So what happened at the early stage? We started mimicking neurons. So you'll be surprised. Most of our brain or bodies, which used to make the decision as well as transfer the decisions, are neurons. And neurons has some like some behavior which will not go in details because this is 1 hour thing. So they have some input which process the and in some function. Neuron has some input, some function. It processes it and send it to the next neuron on brain. So scientists decided to mimic this. Mostly, scientists decided to mimic this, where they club lot of this artificial neurons and try to make decision out of it, and that works. Okay, there is lot of discussion how people came to that. Okay, this how this works, but there's no scientific evidence that that mathematically states things will work in deep learning. So there's no scientific uh, basis to say deep learning how deep learning works, but it works. You'll say give me understanding of very insight how each neuron works. No one in the world can explain it because there is no scientific or mathematical driven proof of it. That's really surprising. So and that's why deep learning is hard. So when your prediction is wrong, you can't do. You can only fine tune things like change shape of neurons, input output. Rest you can't control. It's a black box. You don't know what is going on inside deep learning, and that's why there is no mathematical proof why things works. Only research papers, people are doing experimentation. Most of the people are doing experimentations and find out, okay, things works, but why it works no one knows. Okay, so this is the deep learning part of it, and most of the newer technologies are built on the deep learning using neural networks, where although we have less more control, but these models are pretty strong. They can, at least for now, it seems like they can achieve a lot more than what we expecting from these models. That's fine. We'll move to other part of it. I'll talk a little bit about more about stories, and we'll share more about insights. I'll share a story of recent wave of learning models, how AI came into phase. In 2017, Google released their research paper. 2017, Google released this research paper which was based which was the root cause of this chat GPT AI waves. Attention is all you need. This paper was written by most of the well-known Googlers as well as Toronto University. And let's talk about how we can predict what humans want to hear from us. This is the predictive model. If someone is interested, we are not going in the deep of it, but if someone is interested in AI ML field and really want to LLM understand large language models, we can talk more about it in some different discussion. So anyone who wants to read about it, this is the first research paper which was printed, like which was released in 2017, and most of the startup, whether you read about OpenAI or Gemini or Perplexity, they are based on this research paper, which is talked about transformer mostly, and I will not go into the mathematical details of it because then the session will be a little boring. Now we'll come to the application part of it, how things really work in AI field. We'll focus on doing some hands-on tool on these AIs, and then we'll move to understand all the other aspect of AI and what could be the future of AI. By the way, you can drop your questions in Q&A sections. So in a software process, the first requirement is to write the product requirements. So as an engineer, you go to the your customer with your product manager and ask, what do you need? Actually, what do you need? What really we need to develop? And this could be done with the help of large language model like ChatGPT. ChatGPT 5. So we will try to write a PRD, which is known as product requirement document or business requirement specifications. We'll try to write one of the small feature which a product want to build. So this is the first document which is required. We'll try and we'll see how things work. So let me open the chat GPT. Okay, let's say we want to build an Instagram. Okay, uh, feed short video sharing platform. This you'll see this model is generating some sort of output and it is hanged. So it is saying that okay, we have an introduction objective. It's giving you the high level like high level structure, introduction, objective, feature requirements, which user registration, authentication, profile management, video creation, video discovery, interactivity, notification, accessibility, technical requirement, platform, scalability, security. So most of these things are literally covered by this AI tools. Like they generate things, and most of the product developers will be knowing that these tools are used in actual day-to-day life. Even if you want to focus on one of the sections, say what is the security security requirement for uh, video streaming platform, and this will generate the list of things you need to ensure how your data is secured. So you do not need to do all the master's research. Earlier, what used to happen is that you will go with this requirement with to understand with the business with the customer, and then you will do a research on the through Google and find out okay these are the things which we need. Now all these things are compiled by large language models and will be given to you. So your productivity will be increased. And this is the first step of the software development, which means that as a product manager, you will need less more effort in building a product requirement document, which you can anyway pass to the software developer to like develop something out of it. Okay. Now moving to the second part of the part of it, which is which is writing code using Gemini. And okay, Google built Gemini, which is again a conversational model. Basically, the, this what does it means by large language model or conversational model? They understand the language, like whatever the language we write give to them, and they predict the language, like what they understand our context. Okay, we are speaking certain context. They predict what should be the output of like what the user want to ask and what should be the proper output. They are basically a probabilistic models. And second and most important thing is that they do not understand images and audio. That's why it is very hard for this uh, tools like Gemini, whether it is a Gemini or whether it is a Chat GPT, to understand image. They can generate image using the text input, but they are not able to understand image or audio because they are built like a language model. It is generally found out that a language model does not perform good with the image model, or model does not perform good with the language model. And anyone who is working with the AI ML things will be aware about different set of models used in the different use case. So we don't have the same models used in the used across the field. If you'll go into the language processing NLP, you will have this type of language model which work on the transformer architecture. But if you'll go in the predictive models, you go in the classification models, they are a different algorithm for them. So we'll try to write a few of the code using Gemini. Uh, let's say okay, write a. I'll simply say write a Python code to create login in AWS. So AWS a cloud environment, and say okay, hosted hosted website. I have given a particular specific thing that you have to write a Python code. Means language is specific, and thing is that the website is hosted over AWS. It does not give the code, but it shares the reference. And now I'll give the same thing to same input to ChatGPT. Let's see how both works. And ChatGPT give a final like Flask-based API where you can log in using post and render. Okay, it's give a HTML code. So whosoever word with the work with the AWS, they will understand it. So you'll understand that it uses both the thing. It has a Python. It also give us that how to install it onto the Lambda. You can deploy this Flask app on AWS using service like Elastic Beanstalk or AWS Lambda. So it understands the context more than Gemini understand. So these models work very differently, and different models works although they based on the same algorithm. So basic under the architecture, they have same things working for them, whether it's a Gemini or whether it's a ChatGPT, OpenAI. They both are LLMs, large language models, but they are giving very different response because they are fine-tuned to do different things. First thing is that. Second thing, the data used in them is quite different. The nature of data is used in them is quite different. For example, in Gemini, they are very generic generic models, so they will work with very generic questions. You can ask very generic question, they will give you the answer. And where the chat gpt is quite logical, and there are other tools we'll talk about later. Okay, now moving to the other examples which we have for us. Solving interview question, which we can do, but I don't think we have a time. I'll move ahead. AI workflow. So one of the things which we want to create in the designing of the thing is to design a workflow, simple flow chart or highlight diagram. So I will be doing using Excel draw. Excel Draw is again a tool which is used, which is generally used by various engineers to design their workflow. So it has a feature called text to diagram, and I can write, say, we all are aware of third party login, that there's a button which says that sign in through Google. Um, I have clicked help me with the signing through Google flow. I'm not sure they will understand the context, but let's see what it generates. So it's generated as a user, select sign in with Google, initiate auth request, prompt Google to login screen. So it generated a output. If you will note, I said that these tools, because these are the large language model, language means conversational model, they are not good with image. How they generated this image? So you will understand they are really generating this type of flow. So they are generating another language which is converted into images. So this is not directly converted into an image, but also that thing, the language that AI is generating. Generate takes time because these models are heavy, and that's why they are the AI model is generating this flow, and then this image is generated from it. Okay, basically you understand the context, user given context, you generate a flow sequence, and then you display it as an image. Okay, now moving to the next thing. uh, Again, we don't have that much time to go to the Gemini, but we'll talk about the things. Okay, we'll go with the Devin thing. Even I haven't tried Devin, so maybe we'll test Devin. Oh, so this is a Devin screen. We'll try something. Okay, we try to create a workflow for cloud authentication in using in Excel Draw using prompt. Let's give a prompt. Say one problem. I'm getting 404. I've shared one issue, like one of the API several times response give 404 when the item is not there. Let's see. Okay, I haven't even get a login. Okay, it will take time. Leave it for now because I have a lot to share. Let's focus on another things which we have to share. Acha, we'll talk more about what are who like who all what are all those companies competing in AI race. Can you name few of the companies? Try to like give more and more output. The Google, Apple. Okay, I'm interested. What model Apple released? Meta, Samsung. Could you give me any large language model released by Samsung? Apple. People who said Apple and Samsung. Any more companies name? Microsoft. Elon Musk. Elon. Okay. Elon Musk. Okay. More. More input. More input. I'm expecting more. GitHub is from Microsoft, and I think GitHub Copilot you want to say. OpenAI, okay, okay, OpenAI. So OpenAI and I think Microsoft are same companies. Okay, the people who said Google, what are the product AI products? Mostly, I will talk about large language model. Gemini is there. Okay, uh, Microsoft they use okay, Microsoft and Open AI has the same contract. So the data available with the Microsoft is shared to OpenAI, and OpenAI share their API which is used in the edge. Vertex AI is one of the tool, but this is more like a software development tool. Google Colab AI. So Google Colab AI is not the only a D2C product. Colab is the where you can develop your AI model. Yep. Amazon Lex, oh, which is good example. I'll share one Google Gemini. No one. Okay, there is one open source model which is released by one of the biggest, like one of the big FANG company. Uh, Share this tab. Okay, let's do a text thing. So we have Google. Maybe I will increase some size. We have Google, which has Gemini, and I said Apple does not have their AI model. So what Apple as a business model they are doing? They are integrating with Google to get their Gemini. So if you have heard about it. So Apple and Google are collaborating so that they can bring Gemini to AI. And one more question: why Apple does not have any large language model? Anyone? This is very exciting. Why Apple does not have that? Because Apple is a $1 trillion company. They can do whatever they want, and they have a lot of money to do it. We will have machine design level. Good point. So they don't have the data. They have the model, they don't have the data. So in the AI field, one thing is very important. Even for the biggest company, you need to have their have data. Otherwise, you will not be able to build a model. Whatever how much you have uh, CPUs, GPUs, or good engineer, you can't do much without data. So what they did, they integrated with app Google. They are playing. I think the cost is 20 billions per year. I'm not sure. So Apple and Google has Gemini. What Meta has? I believe anyone in the chat, Meta. Apple mainly focus on device. Apple not only focus on device, they focus on ads also. They have one of the studies ads. They are diversifying their portfolio because depending on one portfolio could be problem for the future. Like I asked Meta. Uh, mm, so training model is not lack of data. Training a model is not a leak of data. You can't ask personal information with AI, LLM model, and they will give personal information about others. Okay, no one is pointing out large language model given by released by Meta. There is Llama, which is very popular. I'll explain why Llama is popular. La, Llama version 3. So this is the only model which is open source, which means you can download and use it in your machine. You can install it in a say website. You can use it without paying it. It is an only model. Llama, if you heard, Llama has well performed most of OpenAI model. What Microsoft has? Microsoft and OpenAI. OpenAI. I'll say ChatGPT. Everyone knows. I will not ask. But one more company, Netflix. Okay, Netflix does not have any model around it because their business is not around generating text. What about FANG? Apple, we have what left? With app, Amazon. Anyone? Google Copilot, but Copilot use the same things which OpenAI provide. So they trained a specific model of ChatGPT on coding similarly, and they use it. So the technologies remain same. Alexa Amazon is voice recognition. Bedrock, more. I'm talking about LLM, large language model. Have you heard about Anthropic? Anthropic. If you don't, if you haven't heard, please read. Please go and read about it. Anthropic. So Anthropic is a startup company where Amazon invested more than 2 billions, and they raises I think Claudie. Let me search Claudie 3, which is same as Gemini and LLM, and they this outperformed most of the model. I can share that also. You Claudie CLADB. So Anthropic Claude is integrated in AWS generative AI. So this is not the AI generated by Amazon. It is invested company, same relation which Microsoft has with OpenAI. They have with Cloud Anthropic, and you can use Anthropic also. I'll share this screen. Uh, this is Cloudy. This is made by Anthropic. They have 3 series of model, and you can do lot of good thing with it. I have limited time, so I'll leave it to you. It it is free of cost. Their like premium model is very good. I've heard about it, and AWS is getting good traction due to it. Okay. So this is Anthropic. Now we have covered most of the FANG companies. Any company left? If you want, we can talk about it. Microsoft Copilot works on the latest informations also. Uh, and if someone has used GitHub Copilot, if you are a student, you can get a free of cost GitHub Copilot, which is used for coding and it's worked perfectly. Okay, we haven't left any companies, so you will understand most of the big companies are in the AI in the large language field. If they cannot build their own field, like they cannot build their own tools because they do not have the data or their business is not like that, they are integrating with another company like Apple is integrating with Google, Microsoft is integrating with OpenAI, Amazon is integrating with Anthropic, and they are building these models. And this is why it is very interesting that all the companies are playing very competitively in this field. One person pointed out, what about Nvidia? One more thing, there is one company which releases their one company which is based out of India, which is an Indian company, released their large language model. There's only one company. Could you? No, Flipkart is not that. Could you come up with its name? And you must know because it's an Indian company. There's one Indian company which brings their large language model. Perplexity is not Indian, although it is an. I'll talk about Perplexity also. We have to talk about Nvidia Perplexity, but I'm talking about Indian company. What is the best AI tool used for developers? I'll talk about that also. Okay. Anyone which is very popular company. ISRO, no. ISRO is not in the field of generating AI. They are more in the research. Have you heard Krit? This is the only unicorn in the field of AI ML from India. Tech Mahindra, no. Flipkart, no. I'll share. No, no issue. You okay? Have you heard about Ola AI? This is the only company which become unicorn and which work on the AI field. I'm not sure they will ask for login or not. This is a Kritrin which is released by AI, released by Ola. आपने आपको इस सत्र में लॉग आउट कर दिया गया है. They are like more like all Indian. They made a language model based out of all Indian language. They haven't said anything about the source of their data. Uh, this is the beta release. They have not released their actual API. There are a lot of things you can do with this thing, uh, and we can try something. What I can ask? Excuse me. Let's try with the software development. Give me APIs to call Amazon says make a model. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure like they will to call them. Okay, they are generating things, which is pretty good. Like okay, at least they are the first person in India who thought that they can make a large language model. This is the only unicorn in India which built their own AI, Ola and it is a unicorn without any product for the actual user. Now we'll have to talk about Perplexity, one of the Indian-led company in this AI field, Perplexity. We'll talk. I'll so Arvind Srinivas was a is an Indian origin American citizen. Was a founder of Perplexity. He was a Googler, and he is passed out of IIT Madras. And he is a founder of Perplexity. What is Perplexity? Perplexity is again a large language model. But what is different between Google AI and this thing is that you can search anything. Who is Prime? But they do not store the data. They generate on a go. So these models do not have the memory, but they do a API call to Google search or open Microsoft and Bing, and they bring the data and correlate with it. So this is a perplexity which is built by Indian, and this is the perplexity which someone talked about, and one person talked about Nvidia. Why Nvidia is popular? Why Nvidia is getting traction and they become a $1 trillion company without having any AI model? Anyone? I think it will take time. Graphic card. More input. More. Anyone. And they are earning too much. Like they are a company like Google, Meta are behind Apple, are behind them to give me that thing. Manufacturing GPUs, which is a good point. I'll share what is GPU. So, Nvidia become a $1 trillion company by building GPUs, graphic processing unit. And if someone is playing games, must understand how important GPU is. That you buy Nvidia or basically Nvidia graphic unit things for your game. Most of the companies build in CPUs, but we need GPUs. And this question is asked multiple times to the engineers. Why not CPU? Why people are behind GPU? If we can achieve the same thing which we can achieve with CPU. So anything which could be achieved with CPU could be achieved with GPU. Could similar in similar fashion, everything which could be achieved with GPU could be achieved with CPU. So why we need GPU and why people are behind GPUs? Uh, okay, interesting point is that most of the models like you can okay, I'll explain. So CPU, if you have heard CPU, you will have a gigahertz that okay, this much gigahertz of operation they can perform. Means if if it has a 10 to power 5 gigahertz means in 1 second it performs 10 to the power 5 operations. And second thing is core, 8 core CPU, 6 core CPU means in parallel they can run 8 threads, 8 computation. What GPU does is that it increases this core by multi times. So basically parallel processing is very high in GPU in compared to CPU. So the same to perform same operation, GPU take much less time than CPU, and that's why GPU is used. So if you will train any model on CPU, it may take 1 or 2 years, which will take couple of seconds in GPUs. And there's one more thing which Google use, TPUs, TensorFlow Processing Unit, that do again an imaginable thing. It all it parallels to a next level. So that's why people are behind the GPUs, because they will give more processing power in less time to most of the companies, and that's why Nvidia is a core company, and they are producing a lot of good chips, and people are behind it. So, and even like this is a bottleneck for it. If you have good amount of data, quality and quantity wise, and if you have resource to run the algorithm, you can solve any problem with certain level of confidence. That's why Nvidia is earning, because they are selling these GPUs to Google, Meta, OpenAI, Anthropic, and if you will see their P&L, profit and loss, you'll find that how much money they are giving to Nvidia to get these GPUs. So there was a person who asked why Nvidia, why Nvidia. Okay, we are already up to the time. I have I've shared most of the things. One more thing, are software developer replaceable with AI? I'm like, what do you think? What do you think, guys? Are AI like, are we replaceable with AI? Come on, never. That's too confident. No, no. Yes, yes. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Think about it. Think from the practical perspective, because aim of AI is to become machine human level intelligence. So you want to say that as a human being, we will not achieve, will not put achieve those, make those machine intelligible enough. Uh, okay, the goal of AI right now, the AI we are building are weak AIs. Search about weak AI, and thereafter search about strong AI. We don't have time, but you will find the interesting fact. Any work which is repeatable and you have sufficient data from point of quality and quantity, you can automate it. It's irrespective of it's a software development work or any other work. You can do it. The only thing is that we don't have enough data. That's why we are not able to do most of the thing. And there are some compliance and related issue. For example, doctor are replaceable. People ask doctor are replaceable if LLM can predict disease and give medicine. And if the patient die, who will be responsible? Developer will be responsible, doctor will be, or the data provider will be responsible, or the algorithm will be responsible, or the company who built that AI model will be responsible. So there are compliance and security and other related issues, because AI is the first step of AI in this field. We need to be very optimistic towards future, because it has something which will transform the world. It is not just hype. It has something. Okay, I'm done with this session. I've take more than enough time. I'll close this. Maybe I'll just close this. If you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me on my LinkedIn for any questions or anything like that. Okay, today's session was not more on the job. That's why I talked about most of the AI related things. It was mostly on the AI, but of course there will be session on jobs and how to get a opportunity in the AI field. We will talk about that.
Thank you everyone for watching. If you found this helpful, check out the link in the description for more such masterclasses.